nababayaran nila lahat ang rightful taxes. Kinakailangan po bang sila ay habla pa ng BIR bago sila mapilitang makapagbayad lamang kahit settlement lamang? Ang linaw po ng kanilang prangkisa, nababayaran lahat ang kaukulang buwis. Bakit kailangan pong sila ihabla at idemanda pa ng BIR para lamang sila ay makapagbayad? There are also allegations to date that ABS-CBN's Lingkod Kapamilya Foundation, ALKFI, is being used as ABS-CBN as tax shield, and that ALKFI also failed to file donor's tax return and pay the donor's tax. Ito po ang mas nakalulungkot dito, mga kababayan. Kapag politiko o government official ang nagkawang-gawa, epal ang tawag dito ng ABS-CBN. Kahit mula pa sa sariling bulsa ng politiko ang pinanggalingan nito. Pero kapag ito ay galing sa lingkod kapamilya, puro pangalan ng ABS-CBN ang kanilang pinangangalandakan, katulad po ng nakita natin ngayon. Alam naman natin na galing naman sa lahat sa mga donors ang pondo na ginamit nila. Meron po kayang nanggaling sa yaman ng ABS-CBN. Di baling ang pantulong ng ABS-CBN ay galing sa donasyon ng ibang tao. Di baling ang perang pantulong ay mula sa tax avoidance ng kumpanya. Ang mahalaga ay mapalabas nila sa pamamagitan ng sa mamamayan, katulad po ng nakita natin ngayon na napakabuti at napakabait ng ABS-CBN. Kami po ay naniniwala na unti-unti na pong nabubuksan ang katotohanan sa ating mga mamamayan. Hindi po ba mas maganda at katanggap-tanggap na tumulong sa kapwa ng walang nalalabag na batas at buong sikap pang nasusunod ang prangkisa? Dahil po ba kayo ay nakapagdudulot ng saya, ng aliw sa ating mga mamamayan? Dahil po ba kayo ay nakapagbibigay ng inspirasyon, ng pag-asa, ng katatagan ng loob na kagaya po sa opening salvo kanina ng representative ng ABS-CBN? Hindi na po ba natin susundin o tutuparin isa sa alang-alang ang ating mga batas, ang ating saligang batas, o kaya ang prangkisa ninyo? Makakapagpasaya naman po tayo. Makakapag-inspire po tayo nang hindi po tayo lumalabag sa batas. The House of Representatives should endeavor not to grant the franchise application of ABS-CBN because it has deliberately floated the Constitution and other related laws. Even the terms and conditions of its previous franchise to suit its own business and political interest, but to the prejudice of the greater good. The grant of a legislative franchise is merely a privilege and not a matter of right. Congress has the exclusive constitutional authority to award, alter, or revoke this privilege when the common good so requires, as in this particular case of ABS-CBN. We believe that it is but right for the House of Representatives to deny this time the franchise of ABS-CBN for flagrantly violating the Constitution and related laws, even its own franchise, making it unworthy of the grant of this special privilege by the state.
Alam mo kung sino lang ang pinakamatinding magiging kalaban ni Ricardo?
Sino?
Nako, kabahan ka kay Ricardo. Ang pinakakalaban ni Ricardo.
He cannot absent himself. And in the budget hearing, any member can ask him, can you give us a summary of the petition you filed against ABS-CBN? So wag na nating hintayin yung budget hearing sa July o August bago natin siya matanong. Para nga harap-harapan po at yung mga membrong naghihintay sa Zoom at gustong magsalita, makapagsalita. Thank you to our two dear chairmen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Joint Committee Secretariats are directed to be more lenient to the solicitor.
Chair, I'd like to recognize now Congressman P.D. Barsaga for the closing remarks.
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Rosas.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Just a clarificatory question again. I heard kanina si Honorable Representative Garbin sa rules of procedure pa rin po, ikaklaro ko lang po, sinabi niya na ang boboto para sa franchise ay both ba? Committee on Good Governance.
Sa ating minamahal na speaker, sa chairman ng Committee on Franchises, pati na sa chairman ng Good Government, at sa ating majority floor leader, sa mga kasama ko sa Kongreso, sa mga kinatawan ng ABS-CBN. Narinig natin kanina ang pahayag ng mga kinatawan ng ABS-CBN sa pangunguna ni Ginoong Carlo Katigbak at kanyang sinabi, "The law is the law. Ang batas ay batas, ngunit ang ABS-CBN ay walang paglabag sa batas na ginawa sa ilalim ng kanilang prangkisa." Narinig ko rin ang sinabi ng ating Deputy Speaker, Congressman Marcoleta, at sinasabi niya maraming violation ang ginawa ng ABS-CBN. Mayroong paglabag ang ABS-CBN sa ating saligang batas sa pagkuha nila ng ABS-CBN ng Lopez family pagkatapos ng EDSA Revolution. Sinabi rin ni Deputy Speaker Marcoleta na ang prangkisa ng ABS-CBN ay umabot na sa 63 taon in violation of the maximum requirement of 50 years sa ating saligang batas. At sinabi niya rin, mayroon ding paglabag ang ABS-CBN sa constitutional requirement na 100% Filipino ownership ang kinakailangan sa mass media sapagkat ang kanilang dating Pangulo, Eugenio Lopez, allegedly is an American citizen. At sinabi rin niya ang akusasyon na mayroong paglabag ang ABS-CBN sa pag-i-issue ng Philippine Depository receipts sapagkat ito ay pinagbibili sa foreigners, which would be an indirect violation of the constitutional mandate that it should be owned only by citizens of the Philippines. Mayroon ding umanong paglabag sa ating labor code at paglabag sa pagbabayad ng buwis. Sa katunayan, nagkaroon siya ng comparison sa mga buwis na binabayad ng GMA7 at ABS-CBN. Dahilan sa mga conflicting issues na narinig ko mula sa ABS-CBN at kay Deputy Speaker Marcoleta, kinakailangan magkaroon tayo ng exhaustive hearing at nang sa ganon talagang makita natin kung ano ang katotohanan. Kaya minumungkahi ko sa ating mga chairpersons na mag-schedule tayo ng hearing at nabanggit naman ng ating majority floor leader that at the end of the session today, bibigyan niya ng karapatan ang mga committee na magkaroon ng session even during the time that we are in recess. Marami pong salamat.
Before we suspend our hearing, may we ask from our guests from ABS-CBN when they will be ready for
Yun ang nalimutan ko.
our next hearing? Kailan po ninyo masasubmit lahat po ng mga kailangan ninyong mga AVPs or presentation documents regarding sa next topic natin, which is yung mga lahat na nabanggit po ni Kong Barsaga? Ano pong schedule lang sa tingin ninyo okay sa inyo?
Mr. Chair, para klaro lang, yung topics na i-cover po natin sa susunod na hearing ay yung mga binanggit po ni Congressman Marcoleta.
Barsaga po.
Okay. Opo. By Friday po, we'll be ready to submit lahat ng documents sa committee.
Baka pwede pong Thursday na lang para...
Thursday po. Opo.
And then, kailan po ninyo gusto mag-hearing? Thursday then Monday, hearing na tayo.
Kayo po.
Monday po siguro. Kung PD, okay nun?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the sooner the better, sapagkat nakatuon ang mata ng ating mga kababayan sa ginagawa natin sa pagtalakay ng prangkisa ng ABS-CBN.
And I think that would also give enough time sa ating Solgen na mag-prepare din ng kanilang opening statement kung tsaka presentation kung mag-attend din po sila sa Monday. So we will schedule our next hearing Monday, 9
Mr.
to...
Chairman. Chairman, just a
From
quick proposal, Mr. Chairman. Sana po makuha na rin natin sa ABS-CBN. Ano po ba yung nature ng kanilang proposal? Is it now a new application? It is now a renewal? Para hindi na po tayo din nagdidebate within the committee in trying to consolidate the bills that we have for renewal and for the new application, let it come from ABS-CBN itself, from their legal, what submission they would want to this committee. Salamat, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Katigbak, who would like to answer?
Siguro, Mr. Chair, I'll defer to our sponsors and co-authors on the particular issue.
Sino mong co-author na magkano ngayon dito? Kong Rufus? Sa Zoom ba si Kong Rufus? Comsec, pakicheck. Comsec, pakicheck. Paki-on yung mic ni Kong Rufus Rodriguez. Ay, ikaw na, Kong Arlene? Rufus.
Mr. Chairman,
Kong Mike.
yes, the reason kaya ko po tinatanong yung ABS-CBN dun sa nature ng application nila, kasi parang humaganda sila na po as the corporate entity to define. Nakita na po nila yung presentation ni Congressman Marcoleta. There were several points about the constitutional limitation. Ito pong nature of the bill that we will be discussing now. Would it be a new application? Will it be a renewal? So it would be best, Mr. Chairman, that it comes from the entity itself, ABS-CBN. I would assume that the sponsor later on, whether it's Congressman Rufus or anyone else, would take up the bill. Pero at least makita po natin at walang sisihan nang galing mismo doon sa aplikante ng prangkisa ng ABS-CBN. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Before we recognize Congressman Arroyo, the Chair would like to recognize Congressman Rufus Rodriguez.
Thank you very much, Chairman Chico Alvarez and Chairman Jonathan. Precisely, I have filed a new bill, 6694, to grant a new 25-year franchise to ABS-CBN because it is a fact that the franchise of ABS-CBN expired last May 4, midnight. But I would believe that, as stated by Chairman Alvarez, that the 11 bills that were filed, which were on renewal, could be by the motu proprio by the committee, could now be converted into all new grants because we cannot anymore talk about renewal when there's already a expiration of the franchise. And so if the authors would now join me and if they would signify their intention to be able to amend by manifestation the word extension to the word grant of a 25-year, I think we can join the issues and we can proceed on a new grant, Mr. Chairman. That is my opinion as author of 6694 filed on May 6 after the May 5 cease and desist order of the NTC. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Rodriguez. Congressman Mikey Arroyo.
Mr. Chairman, I believe that this issue, whether or not it is a renewal or an extension, is very important because there are so many side issues, Mr. Chairman. For example, there's a side issue. It may be big to others, but maybe. But for example, the issue of their frequencies, Mr. Chairman, if it is a renewal, then do they still have a right to the frequencies they used to use? Mr. Chairman, these are just small issues under this huge umbrella issue we have. So I believe that we should have many more hearings to give an explanation to the experts, ABS, CBN, to air their side, and to the oppositors. And we haven't heard this gentleman here. I don't even know who they are. So, anyway, Mr. Chairman, that's just one of the side issues that I will be asking in the future. So, just a manifestation, Mr. Chairman.
Deputy Majority Boying.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to respond to the remark of the Honorable Rufus Rodriguez. The committee cannot amend a bill filed by a proponent at any time. It has to be the proponent himself filing an amendment to their bill filed. But since it has become moot and academic, I believe that it is just proper for them to refile a new bill for a new grant of franchise. I think that's the only way that we can really tackle it together with the other bills, because otherwise we might be violating our own rules, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, actually,
Majority Leader.
a good alternative right now is to consider having the committee file a substitute bill to incorporate those previous renewals, and that can be adopted by the said committee on legislative franchise.
The chair is now directing committee secretary to just file a substitute bill to consolidate all the franchise renewals. Congressman PD.
Clarification, Mr. Chairman. If a new bill would be filed, then does it require that there must be the usual procedure, that there must be the first reading, then there must be the referral to the committee? And if this would be the procedure, then we cannot have the hearing next scheduled Monday. Baka ang isipin ng tao, pinagtatagal pa lamang natin to, bakit hindi na natin i-consolidate na lamang ng committee at gawin na lamang renewal in order to obviate any technicality, considering not renewal but a new franchise, considering that right now there is nothing to be renewed in as much as the franchise has already expired. Renewal presupposes that the franchise is existing, and we cannot blame our colleagues when they file the bills asking for renewal because at that particular time, the franchise of ABS-CBN has not yet expired. So siguro pwede na sa committee level, you just consolidate and ask the authors if they are willing to amend and to make it application of a new franchise, not a renewal, in consonance with the bill filed by our colleague, Congressman Rufus Rodriguez. Thank you very much.
Barsaga, that was exactly what I said at the beginning of the hearing, that i-consolidate natin lahat ng renewals nung tinanong po ni Congressman Bumble Tolentino. Thank you. So, Congressman Mikey Arroyo.
Chairman, back to my issue, Mr. Chairman. So, do we leave it to the NTC to decide if these frequencies are up for bidding or up for grabs again now, or is it incumbent with the franchise committee to decide that fate?
I think all those questions, Congressman Mikey, will be answered in the succeeding hearings. We will tackle issues, specific issues lang per hearing, and I think in one of our hearings, matatackle po natin yan.
Mr. Chairman, I'm just saying this is a small side issue because I believe the issue that CBN is trying to say that it is important that we give livelihood to their workers and that they have they can give entertainment and provide news to our people. So I'm not trying to belabor my issue. I'm just saying it is a side issue, but I believe it is of equal importance, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Arroyo. So, I will have
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Rosas.
Nung sinabit po namin yung renewal franchise, we were banking on what you said nung last committee hearing na i-hear natin yung 12, how many franchises, no? Renewal franchises yon. So, our position is, gusto sana namin yung renewal, yung na-franchise, yung pag-usapan, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Herkiap.
Mr. Chair, unang-una gusto ko po magpasalamat at natuloy na po itong hearing na to. At ngayon po, narinig na natin yung opening statement ni Sir Carlo Katigbak na lagi po natin nakikita sa TVN. At for the first time po, narinig naman natin yung statement ni Deputy Speaker Marcoleta na ito po yung mga sa ngayon ay alleged violations at makikita na rin po sa TVN. Yun po ang purpose ng hearing natin, na malaman po talaga ng taong bayan kung ano po yung totoong nangyayari. Yun lang po. Gusto ko po magpasalamat sa inyo, Mr. Chair, at sa leadership po.
Thank you. The Chair will also direct the Committee Secretary to talk to all the authors kung amenable sila doon sa ating gagawin na pag-consolidate na lang. So now, before we suspend, Ulitin ko lang, ating next hearing Monday, 9 to 1 p.m. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Kung okay na po kayo doon para may time lahat mag-prepare. Hearing is suspended until Monday, 9 a.m.
And to our viewers who may have just tuned in, we just listened in to the